So we're going to go ahead and continue with whatever it is that we have done day before yesterday. It is the third part of the one dream that I had. So it's the third part. It has got to do with the Dadar market part of the dream. The first part of the dream I recorded for 2.5 hours and then deleted the video without uploading it. I'm not going to redo the session, but it did address the singing and the audition and whatever. What it had to say in the 2.5 hours, frankly, I don't remember. The middle part being a meeting in some canteen area that had its own associations and whatever needed to be said that got over then and there. What it said also now I don't remember. It is very real time. From there, whatever had to be downloaded, that also got over and done with. Now the last part is where I have personally been in real life also to the Dadar market, to some of those sari shops. I have visited it. It is talking about a time when my mom and I, though my name is not over here, maybe uncle took my mom over there. Uncle is not the real Kiran merchant. It is said that they have taken reels of people after manipulating a situation. Whole idea is about asset grabbing, nothing else. Mr. Jaitley, who's been called out to be shape-shifting in the Indian Parliament as of today also, as Modi, it is saying that he's anti-India with a Jaitley ego, but he's very pro-India with Narendra Damodar Das Modi's ego. Narendra Damodar Das Modi on his own was very pro-India, but Narendra Damodar Das Modi was put into a Nidra state, harassed a lot. He laughed at them also, but he has passed away. He is no more in his body. Whatever you see are shapeshifters with the ego, stolen conscience, stolen mind patterns of a Narendra Damodar Das Modi is what I am being told from the pendulum. I have to state it in black and white. I don't know about Nirmala Sitaraman. She's going to be a pawn. She is a pawn and she's going to be a scapegoat in the future. I checked last night also. I was so knackered out that I just didn't want to touch this reading because it's very sickening actually. The energy is so sick. So sick. Not Nirmala Sitaraman at all. Not her. But when I'm not Cyrus Mystery either. SRL is a terrible energy, so is Jaitley. Jaitley's whole network is between his ability to have done law as well as journalism. It gives him such a network. Plus, in a place like BJP, RSS through the 70s, when they've mostly been in the opposition, they can be honest about it. Nirmala Sitaraman is also an educated lady. She can they can all come together, put their minds together to just understand what I'm saying without really taking it badly, because what I'm just trying to bring to your notice is you can check it, you can do your investigation, you have all the ammunition luckily required to do your bit. You can just look into it. So the thing is, the kind of network Jaitley got is one thing, but the kind of adulation, importance that he got by the Hindutva party, which required to grow its members at any cost, because they've always been the opposition. In their, like whether you look at India and state-wise politics, there are few places where they win, but the majority always went to the Congress. If you look at their history, in the history from 47, they could have won a couple of elections at the center, but mostly it is the Congress that wins it. Why does the Congress win it? The Congress wins it because, well, that's the people's choice when an election is being, is being fought as it is fought. We don't know what happens. I will not comment in the back, whether it's the right way, wrong way, manipulation, no manipulation. No, I'm not going to get into it. I'll just say that's how it worked out all those years. Well, BJP and RSS still have to have their party members, but you have to study who were their party members. What is the difference from the 47 50s between the ideologies, the style, the kind of people, the gentry? You got to understand who came from where, which towns, what kind of a mindset. You'll understand it. So I will just say that maximum people of the BJP and the RSS are mostly a gentry of people who are very comfortable in conservative India or very strong Hindu India with lots of lots of conservative viewpoints, and nothing wrong with it. But it is very different from being somebody who is on a global platform. You can't afford to be the conservative Indian when you are going global. They will not accept you. Somewhere you have to match up, right? So BJP is good for the conservatives of India from a Hindu point of view, or not even Hindu point of view, just conservatives of India. But Parsis and Catholics and Punjabis who their education, the socio-economic structure is different, they will prefer the Congress in those days. They just feel they're dealing with more educated people, a more broad-minded community. Since all of them are doing some kind of exports and imports, they need to be up to par in those days, not now. Now the scene has completely changed. In those days, I'm talking about how Jaitley actually, his views and his egos of himself, how these guys watered it to make it grow into a huge banyan tree. So he was one person who was educated, able to connect with a global network and fit in very well if he needs to be suave and have lunch, dinner with the English, the Britishers, the Americans, the Japanese, all kinds of people. He's able to fit in everywhere. When he needs to wear the Indian cap and deal with the masses, to a limited extent he will do it, but he's mostly actually a global representative of the BJP. He's also a representative of the BJP for the industries, the Confederation of Industries, for the CEOs and things like that. He's a good conduit and a bridge. Somewhere along the line, because he has also understood the loopholes of legal and broadcasting, because he himself is a journalist, according to me, he has hired Nixie Nickel for Nikhil Advani, my cousin. How do you come to know the Advanis? The girls are flat chested and they generally have small feet, no large feet. How do you know the boys? Barsha, me, Pramila, Trimona, and Nikhil from the Sindhi bloodline tend to be all small built. We're delicate. Akhil, Kabir, Nitesh are half Advani and half Gupta. Subhash uncle was a tall man if we look at him in the 70s. He's lean, well built and tall. So Akhil, Kabir got their father's body structure mixed with their mother. Their mother also is of a better structure. But Kailash aunty was small. So the Advanis, if we look at Nikhil also, he's actually a dainty boy. He's not a big build. He's got a more dainty structure to him. That's how you come to know the Advanis. Of course, I have become fat, but if you do something to reduce this fat, and I go back to my bone structure, for all the fat, but my bone structure is not a heavy hand. My wrist is still a small wrist. For all the fat on me, my wrist is still a small wrist. Because my bones are small. So if I lose this fat, I will go back to being skeletal. That's what the Advanis are, naturally. So I believe Nixie Nickel is an extension for Nikhil Advani's identity, extended to RK in some way, one of them. But they are Jaitley's boys. Tomorrow, if everything goes haywire, Nikhil Advani is still alive somewhere. He's kept alive so that when the blame shifting happens, it will go on Nikhil Advani, who's done nothing. At some point in time, he doesn't even know this is happening in the background. And that's what this is how he has played it. He believes that he will never get caught. He's also been the spokesperson at Forge as well. His eye at Forge as well would have been through Divya Bhargava, Varsha's friend. He is the adopted brother, Rakhi brother of Divya Bhargava's mother in the JNU days in Delhi. I don't even know if they studied, but they studied law together or journalism together. Stats from those days. I'm talking about Jaitley. So he is looking for opportunity from far away, from the opposition party. Divya Bhargava has been called out to be a villain, not a victim. His niece. Now somebody who is so educated, you think he will know what, and then he becomes greedy, he wants to win it at any cost. You think he will know the finances because Nikhil Advani, the original, was working in the financial industry. Nikhil also for him would have come and gone from the financial industry and spoken with Nikhil Advani's real network of the Sindhis, who also some of them, at least 4 of them, had jobs in the financial industry as investment bankers. Kingfisher issue, how to siphon money or how to create problems for United Breweries and wherever else, would have been done by a mind that is highly educated, has his work people working for him, can launder money on this side to that side, has people here working for him, there also working for him, but also knows international laws, understands finance laws, also has a pretty big network to cover up his shit and clear it out for him by way of word of mouth or then straight by the press. I was told Arnab Goswami, when he moved out of Times of India and started his Republic TV, the money source was the BJP, but it was underworld money. My pendulum says Arnab Goswami is no more in the body. He has already exited. Till the time he could be used as a crutch to get the work done, it was done. After that, he was sent off. That is the case with everybody. This is how SRL works. He has said he is a fair weather friend. He takes it very seriously. Till the time his rich friends work for him, up to the time they work for him, he takes advantage of them, puts them to use, keeps moving on. They are left behind, he keeps moving on. He is going to do this with India through Jaitley. Jaitley is very much alive. He is very much shape-shifting for Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi is not alive. You just switch the egos if you are able to find where the source of changing egos comes from. Get that? वो put Jaitley's ego on Narendra Damodar Das Modi जो आज बनता है. नमो नमो उसको बुलाया है. You see what all you can read into the mind from Jaitley's mind. He has shapeshifted into my house as my father's younger brother called Mr. Ramesh Advani. He sneers and leers. That's post 2018 sometime, or maybe 2007 sometime. He's not a nice man at all. Also, he's of the opinion that he can go where he wants and he can grab what he wants, take what he wants. But then all this is mine to start it sometime in 1996, after I have come back from Australia. Papa, if you give Jaya everything now, see what she is, what she will become. Better you don't give her anything now. This is after I've come back from Australia. None of this talk has ever happened in Forge as well, ever prior to my return from Australia. All this shit has started 1996, 1997 onwards. You want to explain to me what it is? Or are you going to say it's a family matter and put your hands up? But then at the same time, are you willing to understand that there is shape-shifting happening? Do you realize tomorrow if there is a grand east, people are left with nothing because it's a digital effort. Nirmala Sitharaman as the finance minister will get caught. And those who did all of this will be absconding. Can you put it on anyone? That time my passport also was stolen. The idea of going to Australia also came from Varsha's mouth, but the advice given by Jaitley's muh boli bain, Divya Bhargava's mother. Divya Bhargava's house, Geeta Hundalani, Varsha's mother-in-law, the rest of the Hundalanis. The Hundalanis are supposed to be, somebody amongst them is shape-shifting in the Modi government is what I have been told. और बीजेपी के लिए shape-shift करते हैं. तो जहाँ पे bad PFI है, they all live in that area only concentrated. Divya Bhargava on Nepean Road. At the beginning of Nepean Road, Varsha's mother-in-law, father-in-law, in a pagdi house for 65 lakhs, but that property itself, if you ask the Jadojas, and they have taken them to court because they want their property back. If they redevelop that land, how much money do they get? तो पगड़ी पे जिसने 65 lakhs दिया है, प्रॉपर्टी कितने का है? 500 करोड़, 800 करोड़, 1000 करोड़? Did you go to court or not? So this is one example. Ravi Kiran and merchant household is another example. Who understands the legalities and financial heist is that hiding in under somebody else's face. Anti-India. His helpers are who abroad. The two girls from the film industry, one is that who's called me Mount Titlis, and JG, Piggy Chops. अक्का पायल सैनन, लेकिन वो है नहीं ओरिजिनल पायल सैनन, और उसकी पार्टनर वर्षा, लेकिन वो असली वर्षा हमारी वर्षा नहीं है, वो बिग बोन्ड वर्षा है जो जाके जिंटा बनती है या आरता. वहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन है. वो तो गए हैं अमेरिका. हेल्पिंग देम इज SRL. इन अमेरिका CRISPR to be who? Mr. Elon Musk. लेकिन Elon Musk है ही नहीं. He was a British, brought up by a mother who's a bloody nutritionist. The other lot from Bombay and India are warlords, they are criminal minded, they are underworld people. Preeti Zinta, the original, is a army girl, Indian army girl. You'll have to find out about her properly. Why don't you ask the foreign forensics to do the gene editing of those who are gory? Khan, जिसका again उसका जो बाप था, he's from the Indian Army. A very important resource if you want to rat your way rear door entry, cloning yourself into the Indian Army so you can start unscrewing things. Same with Zinta. In Ramesh Advani's identity, who I say Jaitley has shapeshifted for Ramesh Advani or vice versa, I don't know. But the point is, when it comes to Ramesh Advani, my reading says in 96-97, at the time of Dodi, he has found out about this change and he was in awe of it. Between my uncle or my father's brother Ramesh Advani, after all I am also from the same Advani family, born and brought up by them. There is a marked difference between their style and what entered our home, pretending to be family members post, I think, 93. Marked difference in the style, thinking, exercising, things. No, I wasn't bought. Only Jaitley thinks he can go where he wants and grab what he wants. SRL is one person who says all this is mine. 96-97 onwards, Harsha says all this is mine. 2003 onwards, Anita, Kiran, some version of them says, हाँ ये हमारा ही है, ये हमारा ही है. All these are homegrown clones. Replica shapeshifters coming out of the Jaitley camp because they have the same fucking thinking. Jadoja has to take Hundalanis to court to say, I want my property back. It's only pagdi 65 lakhs. The property is worth so much. It's still in court. Helping that court is whom to sit on property. All grabbing. Cheap manner in which they grab. Right? There has to be a mind that is strategic. knows Indian laws and loopholes, knows foreign laws and loopholes. घर में घुस के मारेंगे कौन बोला है? हमने बोला है. वो ऐसा घर में घुस के मारेंगे. No. When it comes to Ramesh.ADVANI, and the Advani family, even if he's no, you don't make your own stories. You people like to cover things up. You're very, frankly, it's not helping anyone. You'll get caught in the future. ना ही तुमको जो तुमने हेल्प किया है यहाँ पे वो तुमको मिलेगा, और आत्मिक रूप से तो तुम बहुत 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 मुश्किल में पड़ने वाले हो 10 कल्पा के लिए, क्योंकि वहाँ पे तुमको आत्मिक रूप से बस let's say there's a huge amount of debt at an atmic level that will have to be paid off. So you will neither win it there nor here. But if you logically think about it, Ramesh.ADVANI versus a Jaitley, what I got about somebody finding out, it went on the name Ramas or RA, not Ramas, RA maybe. Talking about RA being in awe of finding out what AI can do, maybe posing can do, shape-shifting can do, gene editing can do, etc., etc. He was in awe of it at the Dodi Al-Fayat time. That was sometime 96. That means, but I'm saying from a Jaitley point of view, being in the opposition and connected with things at a national level and an international connection to a homegrown, a business person or then a professional like Ramesh.ADVANI, who's more likely to get that kind of information given the job structure? I think it is more Jaitley who should have that access. I was wondering how Ramesh Chacha even got access to that kind of information. So anyway, we will continue with the read. This timeline is sometime 2000 and this timeline is sometime during 2000. Listen, you are in the public space, you have to serve the people. I'm not in the public space, I don't wish to be, I'm a private citizen. You have to serve the business class also, individuals, losers like me also, the labor class also. I'm not the labor class, don't put wrong caps on me, because then I'll have to ask you about your mental aptitude. If you don't understand my background, you don't understand my upbringing, and you played filthy and you still throw trash on me, I have to ask you about your aptitude then. I don't have time for wordplay nor foul play. I'll say it in plain black and white. From an atmic level, I have an upper hand, which I plan to exercise, no matter who you are. From the bottom of the pyramid to the very pinnacle of the pyramid, and 40% that is going to whichever loka, based on me being the witness of whatever has played out, the manner in which it has played out. Now you hear it for what it is, I don't care. We are a witness and we have tolerated a lot of shit for a lot of, can't understand why. Your failings don't dump on me. Okay, so it is 10:15 that we're starting this read. Varsha was, or whoever's on the pendulum, was not willing to talk to me on the pendulum yesterday in the night. And I was in no mood to actually do this read yesterday. I just needed a breather. So I didn't touch it. Though I did make words without moving things around on the board. And that's how I have been able to say what I've said, because while I was making words, I was also kind of getting the downloads of what's what. Anyway, today's Labor Day, 1st of May 2025. It's a Thursday. 10:16 is the time. And that's what it is on the outside. These are my photos. Where the fuck do you think we're living a life that you're putting on me? For what? This is Jaya Kanyalal Hukumatrai-ADVANI. Dark blue shirt, pointing in this direction, and that white dress. And the pink shirt. That's me. If you were fucking around with my photos, changing face, then that's you at your lying shittiest best. Because you're ugly shit. That's why. That's me too. And this is me too. You're an idiot because the Chidambaram ship trip, my hands are so dark, go whiten my face. Bewakoof. It is good sometimes to be overconfident about yourself. क्योंकि वहीं पे ना बेवकूफ़ी जो होता ही रहता है. अब ये हमारा सुनेगा या जो इसको डायरेक्शन देवे टॉप से, दैट स्क्रैम्बल एंड स्टार्ट डूइंग एवरीथिंग. हु गेव यू द डायरेक्शन टू डू ऑल दैट? फॉर व्हाट यू ट्राइंग टू कवर? तो दिस इज़ वाई आई एम हैप्पी कि हम इंडियन सिटीजन है प्राइवेट सिटीजन. आई प्लान टू एक्सरसाइज माई राइट्स एज अ प्राइवेट सिटीजन. आई एम नॉट होल्डिंग एनी ऑफिस. तुमने हमको पैसा नहीं दिया है, ये हमारा बाप हमारे लिए किया है. वो टाइम पे 20 years afterwards we then started calculating for Varsha's wedding. Okay, like this, like that. But at a time when you've done everything and you're calling me all sorts of names, my dad put things in my name. So you're an outsider. Okay? So I'm a private citizen. जेटली जो है वो लीगल लॉ देखता रहता है, करने दे. आई एम जस्ट अ नॉर्मल प्राइवेट सिटीजन, दैट्स ऑल. So anyway, since we've spoken about so many people, let's get down to everyone's name already written over here. यहाँ पे जो है बीजेपी नहीं है, बीपी है. जनता जाए भाड़ में. पार्टी जो है, बस जो खुद को भारतीय समझते हैं, ईगोज लेके, लाइक पात्रा के ऊपर, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दे पुट विवेकानंदा ईगो, and then he held the Bhagavad Gita, recited few Sanskrit lines, talked about righteousness, unrighteousness, did a wave over the Hindus on this side, and then went to the NRIs wearing Modi skin. Whoever went, talked to the NRIs in the educated manner but wearing Modi skin. यहाँ पे भी विन करो, वहाँ पे भी विन करो. Most unrighteous acts करके, talking about righteousness and unrighteousness. Then be the moral keeper and the what? Moral police. Playing it your way. Right? Yudhishthira couldn't get away with it. Who are you? So that is BP. Now I'm coming down to BJP's nice people. I want to see whose name is over here. तो अरुण जेटली के लिए अरुण, what do we have about him? If his mother-in-law fell sick, he's the reason for it. Oh, so I think if he's talking about Mrs. Huri Lekhraj, then he's the reason for it. If he knew anybody called Mir, or there was a boy called Mir who knew and he saw what the ill stuff is all about, there's somebody in the ER connected with Arun Jaitley. Is there a Seema? He pretended to be ill. He used the IR to look ill, but he was not actually. He was pretending. I don't know if he ever said he was ill, but anyway, he had health problems that was seeming. It was not. So I don't know how to understand this. Seema, there really is Seema Ravanan. Her husband's name is, what's her husband's name? Mindtree, CFO. Can't remember his name. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. There's something connected with that also. If that's the same person, there's another Seema who is Ravi Mirchandani's wife, Sundari auntie's son. He's also fair. He's also got. He's supposed to have temper issues. He was the Sybil CEO who came for 2 years to India on a posting, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, don't know. But they went back home, back to their America. Hopefully they're not shape-shifting and he's not doing this job. Whoever's doing this job it's not a good one. If you've kept it straight, okay, but if not, and unknowingly you've given with something that's not good, then you're going to get caught and it's not worth it. That's all I'll say. Okay, I'm not getting into it. Okay, I don't know if they did something to Seema connected with her apron, whether she wears also an apron, don't know. So a Seema who used to wear an apron connecting to her rib, they got her to be ill. So that's what I'm saying. She will know who she is. Most of the Indians don't wear an apron. The ones who are abroad do, because they do baking and all. So they have their own style. Big for the baked dish, they have those covers for the hand, an apron and all. So it is possibly perhaps that who's living abroad. I don't think Seema Ravanan at India would do. I don't know if she would actually wear an apron. I don't think there's any need. Style of cooking only is completely different. So I don't know. Anyway, the foreigners do. So, okay, whoever got sick, it is coming from here only. It's all to do with technology. Artificial intelligence, brain to body to the SATA drive. And then creating reels, and they lie through their teeth about everything. Cheap as hell. Worst ethics ever. Worst ethics ever. I don't know if she knows anyone about anyone, any Ron. This is the second time we've got Ron. We got Ron earlier too. Yeah, we're talking about Aaron. I'd like to. He to seemed real ill, connected with the IP and connected with the ER, but he was not. Okay, we got a Baron also. Anything else? If you want to see BP is Bharatiya Party. Actually, what it is it seems ill. Connected with the भारतीय जनता पार्टी, लेकिन जनता चाहे खुद को हेल्प करने के लिए, दे आर गोइंग टू हेल्प themselves, helping people. Okay, so you people can actually make your own words to actually understand what it is. You need to find out what it is yourselves. This could be a weirdo entry actually, or he had a problem with his something to do, like the rib on the back on the back, the shoulder on the back, that kind of thing. It could also be a weirdo entry because the name Arun is not here, it is Aron. What I need to say over here is when Varsha got married to Ravi Hundalani, there was an Arun friend of Ravi Hundalani who used to visit pretty often. I never met him, I only heard of him. So I don't know if this is the same Arun. It is the Hundalanis who are shape-shifting at the BJP. Whether it is the Hundalanis at Malaba Hill connected with Jamnu Hundalani and Aarti Hundalani, whether it is Divya Bhargava on Nepensi Road, Darya Mahal, or it is Mera Sadan, Varsha's in-laws, they're all in the same locality which has been called bad PFI. There's something there. Don't play sounds from my body, don't do that. Cell or Les, not sure which one. Smile Bell, maybe he's smiling at whatever's happening in my body because he's aware of whatever. He leers and smears and is very smug about lots of things. So there is that card which I get, Views of Ego, King of Forces in the caught in the ruins. So what happened is the good people with good values got caught in the ruins. The ones who leer and smear and are smug, they're the ones in the parliament. You must understand the angst, waiting on the sidelines, pandering to everyone's, whatever, putting up with something. Sometimes it can trigger something off. The three boys who leer and are preening and pruning themselves in front of the mirror. Views of ego, which is what we've got a couple of times. That should be Nick Nixie Nickel. Clones created for I think Nikhil Advani, the real one. They think they'll never get caught because it's a matter of cloning or shape shifting or gene editing for the time. So they feel they will not ever get caught. And so they're cocksure about how they're going to get away with everything. Plus the ones who can talk are caught in the ruins, so who's going to actually call them out on it? That's how I understand. And that's how I feel that this is possibly the case. It's better I show you the cards that we have picked up. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong deck. But I'm trying to bring out those cards just to remind you it was there in the previous reads. So it's the wrong deck I'm looking at. I don't keep an eye out on other people's homes and businesses. My home was looked at from the time I was in the 8th, 9th standard itself. For opportunity wherever you can grab, whichever way you can grab. I was told Rosie even now, last night, lied to help you in your whatever it is you were looking from winning the election point of view or having a fan following in your parties. Rosie is good because from her, the vote bank and slum dwellers. She lies about her mistreatment. He comes forward to say how he's going to save. There, they start building a large. Vote bank, and Bombay, frankly, what is it? Bharatiya Janata Party of the people, wants to do French Revolution in an Indian land not ruled actually. The scriptures are all very much telling you about everything. Modi, according to the intellectual capacity that he has, not Narendra Damodar Das Modi, but the lawyer and the journalist, good with words, sharp mind, intelligent, understands all the loopholes of law, but doesn't understand the spiritual laws. But that's where he gets caught. He's gone on record saying what work you do is what dharma you follow, irrespective of birth. That's what our scriptures say. But if you are going to lie about people and what they're doing at home, project something else, make reel upon reel on it, and force it upon somebody, there are laws which says, first and foremost, watching other people's homes, keeping an eye on it, is you grabbing possessions of somebody else. Then when you say, all this is mine, I can go where I want. Because you think you know the loopholes of Indian law and international law. There are rules and regulations for talking that kind of stuff, thinking you are very educated and intelligent. The spiritual laws don't accept it. You are here for a little while, the spiritual laws actually win hands down. And that's going to decide for everybody, not you. So anyway, we were talking about this card which we had got, Views of Ego. I say this is Nick Nixie Nickel. One of them thinks they will not ever get caught. I say putting them into place is, I think, Jaitley only. Good people caught in ruins this way who were the king of forces, which means they are balanced with all elements in the universe. Up also, down also, earth also, water also, air also. So when they do something, they do it fairly, but he got them caught in this manner. I keep getting these cards, so I have to show it to you. It's very important. That's why I picked it up to show it to you. Okay? It's come out in 2-3 reads of mine. What to do with him? It's not good to be a liar no matter who you are, but apparently you lie a lot. Connected with the bell. Don't play sounds from under my body. Don't do that. And don't smile at it because it is going to go against you only in the future. It's not good. Let me tell you, here we're here for 2 seconds compared to what it is atmically going forward. I'll repeat, I don't ever want to be in your place going forward. Not ever. Not even by mistake. It's very tough going forward. Not for me, because I don't indulge in all these things. Yes, he's got lots of problems. This guy's got head problems. Big head problems. So SM moved from Congress. He was never ever in Congress ever. He moved to out of Congress into the BJP, BP, without the Janta. Only the Bharatiya Party without the Janta. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे नाम है. हाँ बहुत है. We'll go no step by step by step. This is all got to do with my mom's one visit or 2 visit, I don't know. But it was manipulated where uncle has taken her or I have taken her, I don't know. I have been in my older age. It's a marketplace. You've got saris on the, there's a Hind Mata and just normal shops, I don't know. तो उसका रील बना के हमारी माँ को एक बाई बना दिया है, काम वाली बाई. You got so much ego issue. You're so sure you will not get caught. You're so sure you will not get caught because you're doing reels on people and lying about them through and through and through. You're putting it up on the shutter drive. You're going to use it as evidence when tomorrow, if there is haywire and the ECEs are questioned digitally, the evidence according to your shutter drive is different as you have recorded it on the back of lots of lies. अगर हाई कोर्ट के अंदर, बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट के अंदर कामदार ने एक सिग्नेचर डाला है saying this is an open shut case, a grandfather's will, 500 crore property, prime South Bombay, Chowpatty, Marine Drive, divides it between the 2 brothers that are mentioned in the will, created in the olden days by the grandfather. That paper disappears from the Bombay High Court and the court takes another how many years to pass the order. It does so in 2017. How many years between 5 to 17 can you count? That's about 11-12 years. But along the way, 2009, my mum is dumped somewhere in some shed, is what I'm being told. Varsha is CRISPR'd, pulled out. She has died in 2018. Murdered. Who has that kind of clout and access? Your lobby. लॉबी में वॉचमैन बैठता है हमारे बिल्डिंग के अंदर नीचे. गेस्ट जो आते हैं जाते हैं वो भी बैठते हैं, स्टाफ भी नीचे बैठता है. ट्रांजिशनरी घर तो कहीं और है. You all better be very careful. You don't even know what you've contributed to. I'll just tell Mr. Uday Kotak of Kotak Bank one prime example of how you people have functioned. You'll give me a 20 lakh loan for a vehicle but will not give me a 9-10 lakh loan for a house. Why? Because the depreciating asset is where you want to see me at. You enjoy me spending my money uselessly. The appreciating asset, a 9 lakh difference of the penthouse one floor above me. Penthouse tomorrow goes on to become far more valuable in Bangalore market than the normal house, but the upkeep also is a much more. So you will give me a 20 lakh loan for a car vehicle but not a 10 lakh loan so I can bridge the gap and buy the penthouse. So then I know how when we are spending, what the viewpoint is. We've already been through it at 1401 Suman Towers. We've been able to hear and see the reactions. Lobby is mentioned here. I'm not just saying it anyway. We'll come to it. First, let's finish with Mr. Arun and BP. Let's finish with them, what they're all about. That we'll do separate, not now. Yeah, that also is there. Lots is here. All this has happened in the background while you were busy bringing in the underworld for 20 crores, 40 crores, for a 500 crore property, hand holding each other tight knit, making reels of people who are actually, who you are insulting. Actually, the husband is the rightful owner of that property. Halfway through, his brother is the other half. You have manipulated it and taken reels on them to misrepresent them. And put it on the so-called SATA drive, connected with IOL, connected with Comcast. तुम लोग को क्या लगता है, इतना पैसा का भूखा क्या है तुम लोग? पेशेंस इज अ वर्चू, ये शिरडी साईं बाबा बोलता है, लेकिन वर्चू के लिए सीधा सीधा रखना पड़ता है. पेशेंस रख के, रिवेंजफुल थॉट्स रख के, बॉइलिंग ऑल द टाइम. तुम्हारे जो कांग्रेस पार्टी है, विनिंग इट ईच टाइम, बट बर्निंग, वेटिंग फॉर दैट टाइम व्हेन यू कैन देन जस्ट एक्सरसाइज एनीथिंग एंड ग्रैब बिफोर यू डाई. दैट डजंट टेक यू, दैट्स नॉट अ वर्चू, दैट्स अ वाइस. Worse still, those who have done good work, putting them into this kind of a place so that you can win it, and then you're preening and praying at yourself, feeling so happy about yourself, is really quite useless. जनता तो है ही नहीं यहाँ पे. In the BP part of it, there is no jail. यह जनता जाए भाड़ में. It is actually a very self-serving issue. भागवत गीता राइटियसनेस अनराइटियसनेस के बारे बात करे पात्रा, लेकिन तुमने एक्सरसाइज ऑन द ग्राउंड क्या किया है? व्हेन आई एम गोइंग फॉर अ शावर मिस्टर पात्रा, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऑफ हिंदुइज्म, द अमाउंट ऑफ नॉनसेंस दैट हैपेंस इन माय बाथरूम, द नेम कॉलिंग, द विसलिंग, तुमको क्या लगता है यहाँ पे ओपन डेफिकेशन होता है? How have you empowered the people to come down to those levels of the ISIS? What kind of governance is it? You want to see leering and smearing in this read of mine? Connected with whom? Come, let's show you. This is your doing only internally, nobody else, because you're just ill. You're ill-minded. But you know what the brownie point actually is? The brownie point is, while you don't take your own scriptures seriously, without understanding it, ये साई सचरित्र जो है ना, शॉर्ट स्टोरी फॉर्म्स के अंदर वो उपनिषद को भी कवर करता है, भागवत गीता को भी कवर करता है, पुराण को भी कवर करता है, without looking too learned. Very simple. The moral stories, if you keep reading this, no, the moral stories about how one should actually live life, or what kind of things one should at the core follow, without even realizing it, it becomes a way of life, without looking too learned. We can be very stupid, very, very stupid. But there's something inherent that we pick up when we keep reading this book. Something that is practiced, but probably when we go and read the bigger books, we say, hey, but this though we've already learned in story form from here. And that also we have already understood it. Acha, this is going into so many pages, so many chapters, saying the same thing with big words. But no, we have already understood it. It is there in the Sai Satcharitra. Right? Or then even the Guru Charitra in a way. But with all the big talk that you people do, so learned, then where have you practiced it on the ground? I want to ask you. Leering is what? Ill-minded is good. Brain that is ill is good. Anyway, this reading is to telling you about you only. SM Aaron, Aya, BP, Ill, Lear. भारतीय जनता पूर्वा पाम बीच न बने. Come on. Enough. With them helping them is their ER. अगर ये ऐसे लोग हैं तो यार इनके जो सुनना ही है ना. Well, they got to take orders. I don't take orders. I am a citizen, part of the Janta, which is not represented over here. Because you are too great. You are God. Yeah, even now they must be cursing me only. और क्या करेगा? तुमको तुम्हारे इतना जो राम जैसा चरित्र है दिखाते हैं ना, रावण भी शर्म के मरे compared to whatever in today's day and age. Ravan is like an infant toddler. I don't care. I'm okay. I'm waiting to go back to my loka. I want to teach them a lesson. Now when we go to our loka, वहाँ पे I don't know, do you spell smear as SMEAR or SMEER? Smear campaign, you know? Aaron from BP smears with the help of the irate, because he's irate. and ill-minded with the help of the ER that he hires. So whatever we have, first and foremost smear जो होता है, is this spelling the right one? I like to keep it precise, है कि नहीं? Better not to be a faku, doesn't help anyone. Tomorrow if anyone sees I go to jail, know why. If you see I'm dead and my behavior has changed, then no, I've been changed. But I am not willing to just exit just like that, but then catch the culprit. That's it. Okay. So smear campaign, how to deal smear campaign at work. Smear is spelled as SMEAR. How to respond to disarm the narcissist. Okay, that's what it is all about. I'm not in a position in any of these places. Here, the one who is looking at himself thinks he's never going to get caught, preens at himself all the time is a he. This boy. There are three of them who stand. They're a team of three people. They think they will never get caught. I'm not of this quality. I don't look at myself in the mirror. I don't have what it takes actually to look at myself in the mirror. It is after they have put away people like this. They used to be this. They're good people. They ended up this way. No individual as a citizen will actually do this. A lobby along with some this kind of thing can do that. After all, who all don't they have working for them? They learn from Pakistan style. Middle East से risen, वहाँ का पैसा. I am telling you one thing about the anti-god and then his worker called SRL in America, today being Elon Musk. Elon Musk is already dead, the real one, who grew up in Pretoria. These guys, even the lobby, up to the time that you support them, they need to squeeze you dry. The day they have got what they want, you are a nobody. You will be thrown out of all the hard work you have ever done. And if you are not the originals who earned the money, you are only caretakers today, taking care of those who were let off. And you've been plugged in over there to just plug the seat till the time everything is in place, then you are very easily disposable, like a dirty disposable paper plate. खाया पिया कचरे के डब्बे में डाल के गया है दियोना डंपिंग ग्राउंड. So smear, so Aaron BP smear along with the help of the ER because they are irate and they are ill-minded. That's why. Don't play sounds from under my body. You don't become very smart when you're doing this kind of rubbish. For this kind of rubbish, हक से, लोका से, तूने जो कमाया है, युधिष्ठिरा बराबर सोच के, युधिष्ठिरा एक तरफ से, फिर युधिष्ठिरा के जो आर्मी पीपल हैं उनको सोच के, you will get the outcomes of your earnings. Why? I'm a woman, I'm single. There are lots of things in the scriptures if you have not read about what you do with children, women and what repercussions it has. तो बहुत रोने वाला है 1 से लेके 10 कल का कमाया हुआ कर्ज है कल का. There is no better way of putting you in your place, but tolerating you, but not with a viewpoint of assowing you. Actually, for your welfare, just letting you know the whole picture. Decisions तूने लिया है, outcomes तुमको ही झेलना है. मेरा क्या है, we were lazy, we are lazy. When we go back to our loka, we still like to relax. भगवान भी हमको यहाँ पे जो जन्म दिया है उसको पता है जया बड़ी डम है, very dumb. We used to relaxing, lazy. So let's give that kind of a situation in which lazy तरीके से ऐसे लोगों को बर्दाश्त करे. ईगो जो है आगे आके doesn't become the entire driving force, but within that itself most of the work gets done, and not just for today tomorrow but for the really long term. Mr. Jaitley should understand it. After all, he understands Indian law better than anybody else. Not only Indian law, international law also, along with journalism. क्या combo है. हमारा तरीका है इंटरनेशनल लॉ, इंडियन लॉ, ग्लोबल लॉ, वर्ल्डली लॉ नहीं, लॉन्ग टर्म स्पिरिचुअल लॉ, and the application of it without saying all this is mine, all this is mine, going grabbing things. No, none of that. All this is everybody's from the point of view as you earn it. The Supreme Being is the everything and the owner of everything. We stay grateful to Him, thank the source for everything. Always pray that we stay well guided, well protected, looked after. Keep it straight ताकि जब घर जाऊँ लंबे टाइम के लिए we settle happily, are prosperous with the virtues required. So we got layer, we got smear, we got something else also before. So if we get it, okay. Come, you must not feel shy. So realms is the same thing of the loka that we've been telling you about. English के अंदर उसको realms बुलाते हैं. तो without realizing it, we spoke about the realms, but not the ill realms. Good realms, vis-a-vis you and what you have earned. So 2017, whatever the download was from a place I don't know from where it was established. अठन्नी चवन्नी के लिए तुमने करोड़ों का नुकसान किया है, वो भोज तू ही उठाएगा. 1. Second, the worstest slums on earth today is a king's paradise compared to where you have earned your place. 2 things that were said out of nowhere. 2017 where even we wondering पता नहीं क्या है, कहाँ से आ रहा है. When these kind of throws have been done and we've seen that consistently there is something that's prodding us on from those days to now. It's a very long journey, actually, telling you. There's plenty in the background that has happened from 2000, I think ever since we met the Shankaracharya and Taruna, Tani Mata. There are like so many things that have happened. And Satya Sai Baba, I don't know, there are many little things. And Shirdi Sai Baba, different components. I think ever since we left that one marriage, 2002 August 4th, वहाँ से जो journey है और जिस तरीके से वो, I don't know whether you want to call it, it's just done its own thing. It's like something that is formed on its own as we journey through life without the slightest clue that tomorrow this is going to culminate this way or it's going to grow this way for the final culmination where also I don't know. But I just look at the journey from, you know, how it has just journeyed through to this day. It's kind of it's coming to some kind of a formation where I haven't manipulated at all. I'm just a part of a journey flowing with the journey in my own limited capacity. But of course, guided by Shirdi Sai Baba, or at least helped with his unlimited capacity, energy, omnipresence, omniscient. This is all about the PM तो नमो ही है. His name is over here. Namo Realms, BP, Bharatiya Party, PRIL. These are all the people from your lobby, whether originals or duplicates, and the Bharatiya Party without the Janta. Lobby and politics with ER. There are lots of people's names over here. You know, you want to see the full thing we showed to you. Well, let's just see who all have posed, and if posed, for whom. Pose is shape shifting. Mira Aaron pose RIL bell E. So something under my body also which these people keep playing a bell and insulting me when I'm walking around my home. I want to ask you as a party, if as a single girl in my own home who has spent money with Purvankara builders purchasing a property, I'm not safe within the confines of my own private space. For a single girl, you cannot afford just basic. I wasn't born and brought up off the streets the way you would like people to believe, because you're the mouthpiece on the grounds. You're the one who requires the slum dwellers to support you so you get your seat. Without them, you don't get a seat. I don't need the slum dwellers because I was provided for by my father. I have never said I'll go and take other people's assets and we can go where we want and get and grab what we want. It is you who has said it. It was quoted unquoted in some news item. It is your prodigies and shapeshifters who have said all this is mine. Whether it is an SRL, whether it is a shapeshifter for JAYA.ADVANI. JAYA.ADVANI is like me, small boned, not big boned. The one picked up by you to be JAYA.ADVANI was big boned. Between me and my family knowing about this shape-shifting, artificial intelligence, whatever it comes, we don't have the ability. But you, as a public personality connected with defense, law, journalism, then that entire fraternity abroad, you have everything that you can play chess with. Your SRL has talked about using everybody as pawns on the chessboard. Why would I want to do that? Not mine. बर्दीला को तू ट्रिगर करे ऐसे लोगों को, उसको कुछ काम पे लगाने के लिए. Your network is very wide at the bottom of the pyramid. I don't hobnob with the bottom of the pyramid unless they're not working at my home. But you, as whatever it is, you got your whole network via your network. तो बर्दीला को कांटेक्ट क्यों हम करूं? तू करेगा ना. हमको उससे क्या मुनाफा मिलता है? वो हमारे घर काम करे, पघाड़ लेके निकले. After that we don't know whether it is a Rosie mentioned in this throw or it is a Bertila whose name you are taking in my bloody, you are making her my bloody what? Relative. Are you okay? I am telling you, I will not spare you from the Loka. तू रोएगा, गिड़गिड़ाएगा, लेकिन नर्क के दरवाजे तुम पे बंद होके कभी खुलेंगे ही नहीं. तू वहां पे फंसेगा. तुमको वहीं पे फंसाया है. तुम्हारी करतूत के कारण तू, तेरे फॉलोअर्स, whoever supported you. I don't know about Meera. Maybe it is a Mir. Maybe it is Amir. Maybe it is Rich Holmes. You don't play bloody wordplay with me, huh? Because when I'm going to be putting things into order, at least up to the point where I've been the witness, you're lucky, I'm lucky. We've crossed paths for a little while. That's enough to trigger everything. दज्जल का बाप को पता नहीं कहाँ से उठा के एक टाइम पटकाऊँ, इट्स ओवर एंड डन विथ. वो भी स्पिरिट लॉज को लेके. नथिंग फ्रॉम मी डायरेक्टली. बस हमारा रोल है हमारे बॉडी के अंदर तुमको बर्दाश्त करूँ, तुमको विटनेस बन के देखूँ कि तू करता क्या है, क्या क्या करतूत क्या करता है. It is like a fisherman who just keeps that some kind of a automatic net. मच्छी खुद आता है और फंसता है. So anyway, either this is Amir or Amir or a guy called Mir. something coming out of the RIL home. Don't play sounds under my body. You will not be able to take. You are well networked in your karma. Lots of action during this birth. Lots of network. It better be a good one. If it's not a good one, then you and your bradri are going to the same place. Birds of a feather flock together. Magnet, magnet. There is one velocity for every loka, every realm. As you earn it, वैसे whether you like it or not, तुमको वहाँ निकलना पड़ेगा. Keep it straight, or you're not going to like the outcomes. I don't care. तू जो कोई भी हो, lobby is lobby only. I got my own lobby in the Brahman. And it's not a lobby, it's a council. In the lit realms, in the northern part of the Brahman, they will judge me also. हमारा नेटवर्क इतना नहीं है तो it is very limited. But in the expanded form, it's a different story. यहाँ पे आई एम लिमिटेड इन द बॉडी. हम क्या करें? आई एम जस्ट अ नॉर्मल सिटीजन यहाँ पे. व्हाट कैन आई डू? यू डू वट एवर यू डू इन योर कैपेसिटी. हमारा काम है तुमको ऑब्जर्व करना, विटनेस बनना, झेलना. तुमको यहाँ पे हार्म नहीं करना. वहाँ पे तुमको लाइन पे लेके आना. नॉट बिकॉज आई से सो, बिकॉज यू डन वट एवर इज नेसेसरी. वहाँ पे लॉज है, यू गेट बुक्ड. बस बात ख़त्म. Okay, whatever this means, or is this rim or is this mir, we are not sure, but whatever it means, it has something to say. This is all about Aaron from BP. And so when we go back to 2007 and 8 Chandru Mirchandani's home, Sara, whatever will be on the streets. They probably started this process. वो Chandru uncle नहीं था. The shapeshifters had started their work posing in and out of homes, with the idea of grabbing things, calling it virasat, calling it taking things back. With whose permission? Your father earned everything. You're doing what the Mughals used to do, invading things, but you're now doing it pretending to be the Indian. My pendulum says that Aaron is anti-India. Today he is wearing the ego of Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi. You find the source of wearing the ego and removing it. They had the ability in 1996-97. Ramesh Advani या आरे के नाम या उसके आइडेंटिटी के नीचे छिप के ये इसको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला है, ये देखा है. इट्स अ डिफेंस इशू विच आई डोंट नो इफ इट इज़ होम ग्रोन इन इंडिया कि अब्रॉड से आता है. और नॉर्मल सिटीजन विल फाइंड ऑल दिस, or it is your ER, your intelligence. If not that, you as somebody who is internationally connected by the fraternity of journalism as well as law, not to mention opposition, तो कोई तुम्हारे ऊपर तो आंख नहीं लगा रहा है ना क्या कर रहा है. Opposition is relatively freer. RA's name is over here. He's Ramesh Advani, my uncle. But Ramesh Advani had a thick mustache. He's also a little brown skin. He's fair. But he is different. Suddenly Ramesh Advani becomes 1/3 his size, fair, cuts off his mustache, lean, mean and thin. So he can shapeshift wherever he wants. He say, uncle को क्या हुआ है? To shapeshift, you're generally very, very, very thin. You have to be lean and worked out, which is what had happened. But one thing about this chap, no, he has to sneer and leer. He's very smug. Thinks he's a snob, but he's not. तो पैसों का मामला ही है, but I'm not greedy. He is. So tomorrow, if you ever find out that shape-shifting happened, it is because of money. My passport also was not stolen just for nothing. It is the identity of JAYA.ADVANI that brought something. And so the exchanges were done, whether it was Varsha Advani, whether it was JAYA.ADVANI, out of 4 Jaswal. On that, I have a feeling some mix-up happened, foul play happened, but the reasoning for it is some amount of money. Rest of it is history. There's plenty of defaming, plenty of lying, plenty of leering, plenty of smearing, plenty of pretending to be snobbish. Actually, it is not your place to be snobbish. You don't have what it takes. Then even when it comes to gene editing of me, it is not something normal people can do. It takes a really dirty mind to do that. Again, the question must be something to do with money only. Anyway, we leave it open. We move on from here. Prone rim. RIL label SL prone rim E or porn. ER. They must have found something. जो कुछ भी है, they know what it is. You can see all this stuff is pretty mucky, shitty stuff. So anyway, rim EM. So you know he is shape shifting over there. The real EM is no more. It is like India के अंदर अगर convent school जाओ, why don't you hang around the nuns and hang around the padres? Go to CCI club, Wellington club, Bombay gym. See what it is when you are growing up over there from the time you are an infant. There are so many rules and regulations, it's not a joke. It is not all laughing, joking matter. The way you people earn money, but your mindset is completely different. No, no, no. So how it is that we are brought up in the convents, going to school, when we are going to the clubs like Bombay Gym, but in my case it is mostly Cricket Club of India or NSCI also. But NSCI is half an hour away from my house in traffic. CCI is 5 minutes away. It's easier. Then going to the convent schools, having those kind of friends, it's pretty disciplined, actually telling you. I know it's not holier than thou and being the nun. No, we also have our own shortcomings. But there is something, and the choices that formulate are different. No matter whether you want to edit my genes, you want to put other people's egos, there's a core that still stays. Very different from all the crap you've put on me. You've also affected my face. Affecting my face you can do playing with my brain signals. I cannot do that. But an ugly person who leers and smears, then goes straight for defaming a person even by looks, because he has created a clone. Not one clone, how many clones to serve his purpose? In the form of my father, he is shapeshifted as my father as well as my chacha. What has he told me? When I leave from here, I will make your life very difficult. Everybody will think what they think you are. Or what they think, what opinion they have of you. In the whole day he's insulting. From where? Via your SATA drive. You think the people think that way? No, he's the one who put that into their head at the bottom of the pyramid. Then he has put things up onto the SATA drive. Sit and take in reels. Then he gets a high, gets off sitting and insulting me. No, useless. Absolutely useless. You are not able to handle yourself, behave around one girl. You're going to look after India's welfare and the world welfare, while you're busy grabbing, playing all the shittiest deals and doing the shittiest deals on the back of SRL, Piggy Chops, और उसकी जो फ्रेंड है फेयर फेस वाली, ऑल इन अमेरिका राइट नाउ. ये तो इलॉन बन के वहाँ पे मैस्करेड कर रहा है. SRL, तेरा छोकरा बॉय. So it doesn't matter, you can say whatever you want. I am telling you, let's meet in the Brahman, you're done for. The worstest slums on earth is a king's paradise compared to what you've earned and where you are ending up the next 10 kalpas. That's my oath to you. हक से कमाया हुआ कर्ज तू फुर्सत से तुमको करना ही पड़ेगा. कमाई का बात है, कहाँ भाग के निकलेगा. यहाँ पे थोड़ा तुमने ऊपर नीचे किया है, अब पहुंचा है लंबा हाथ मारने के लिए. इट्स ओके, but once you are caught, it's over. My way. What I was trying to tell you about the convent school is the way in Bombay we go to. Bombay is India. India's main language and main color is brown. Language is Hindi. South Bombay is very different from Thana. तुम अभी इंटरनेशनल स्कूल बनाओ गुजराती स्टाइल RIL, लेकिन जो कॉन्वेंट है वो कॉन्वेंट ही है. That is so, any which way is Bombay, the financial capital on the back of Mr. Ambani and Adani. And then whatever papas they had to bailify, sun drying others under the sun so that they can get richer. We got an entire India outside of Bombay. That your general crowd has to ask me, you are Indian only, you grew up in India? No, I am British, I am European. Just the way BJP to win whatever went and put caps on people, including your cats. Journalist doesn't know that when you're talking to somebody, you have a distance and you talk. You don't need to go touching the person. That's a very dirty Indian habit that people have. Holi ke time be extra touching by street urchins. That's how they celebrate Holi where? In the slums of Bombay. No cuff parade. Moving from Maker Towers to Jolly Maker. Put out by whom? Tanya Barya is the witness of it. I'm not alone. Chiku and his gang are the people, the boys. But put out by whom is the question. Hand held by whom? My 9th standard, 10th standard. Put out by whom? That who had one ugly eye on our home. But the same way it works in India, your Elon Musk would have been brought up the same way in Africa, in a smaller place than Bombay, called Pretoria. His preferences, his style, his exposure, his mother also being a nutritionist, is very different from the Elon Musk you have today. जो पॉर्न से जुड़ा हुआ है वो ब्रिटिश लड़का थोड़ा कम रहेगा, SRL ज़्यादा रहेगा. There's so much dirt, so much trash. You know, the problem is when you have this kind of ego and this kind of a situation, you don't see beyond yourself. तो तुमको लगता है कुछ भी करो तो कभी पकड़ा जाएगा नहीं. फिर तुम्हारे पास ये वेपन है, वो वेपन है, ऊपर वो माँ बाप है. फिर वो तो कुछ होली किताब खोल के थोड़ा कन्विंस कर दिया है हिंदू के नाम पे, तो तू सोचता है यू गॉट इट मेड बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी प्रैक्टिस दिस इन पाकिस्तान मच अर्लियर, रनिंग दोस कैंप्स, होल्डिंग द कुरान, taking Allah's name. All you did is screw that a little and did it the Hindu way here in India. But you are actually full of yourself. So you really don't think you'll ever get caught. At the same time, when this kind of crowd, you have put them away into the ruins. So you feel there is nobody as intelligent as you who's capable of calling you out on the bullshit. They are safely been sent off, packaged off. तो तुमसे कौन आर्ग्यू करेगा? After all, whenever you recruited घर में घुस के bottom of the pyramid, रस्तों पे bottom of the pyramid. उनके आगे तुम कैरेट भी डैंगल करो आधा, they are willing to grab it. उनको केयर टेकर्स बनाओ, शेप शिफ्टिंग करवा के दूसरे के प्रॉपर्टीज पे, रियर डोर एंट्री. तू तो उसका माए बाप भगवान बनता है, येसु. थोड़ा उसको मैजिक दिखाओ, देखो ऐसे चेहरा को अब ये बनेगा, अब ये वो बनेगा, सी आई एम गॉड. They will believe you. They don't understand the science behind it. They don't understand the stealing behind it. They don't understand how the conscience were pulled out of people before some of them were even killed. Many of them. They belong to this category. तू एक भिखारी का ईगो क्यों लेगा? But the who's who, whether it is the political class globally, the industrialist class globally, the professional class globally, the artisans globally, the great thinkers, whether spiritual or material, globally, तो उसको क्यों छोड़ेगा? Why you leave them? Yes, you have taken egos of even people who are from the underworld and criminal minded. You keep switching the egos. So nothing great about it. The hard work has been done on the back of everybody else. Now you're just playing with a gathered database, changing variables around, Nothing great about it. Frankly telling you. Nothing great about it at all. You don't have what it takes. That's what I will tell you. You don't have what it takes for true welfare of humanity. Okay, so this is something like that. RIL, you cannot decide for me, actually telling you. I wouldn't want you to talk unless you're not talking to me face to face. Don't play bells under my hands. I'll make it very difficult for you once I go to the afterlife. As of now, I don't have a maid in my house. The maid is not involved. I'd suggest you don't talk nonsense in my home. If you misuse my stuff, you sent somebody with my passport and all, stole my passport, you've had it. You go contend with Yudhishthira. देखो वो बोले भैया पूरा सच बोल के आया था, हमारे अंदर आधा सच बोल दिया, लेकिन नर्क जाना पड़ा ना थोड़े वक्त के लिए. Now you count your deeds. I don't lie. The 2 times that I did something wrong, one was take that eraser when I'm 6 years old in the first standard. Like this, I was caught. I had to stop every activity, which is anything that is little upside down. Second thing, when I was given that paper to copy by JAYA.ADVANI, my cousin, sitting behind me. I'm JAYA.ADVANI, she's JAYA.ADVANI. So she's just after me. There also, classes copying full bloody 1 week. But when it comes to my turn, I must be really dumb. Teacher aati hai, grabs the paper and says, I'll throw you out of the class. You'll have to redo the 10th standard if I ever see you doing this again. नीता को वापस देती है, उसको वार्निंग देती है कि नहीं देती है, I don't know, but definitely she fired me. And that's the end of my story. The whole class 1 week earlier openly sitting and copying with each other. Whoever the vigilator is, वो कुछ बोलती ही नहीं है. After this, we've never done things upside down. If you're saying I did the wrong thing leaving my marriage in 5 months, this pendulum doesn't accept that marriage. In that marriage were shapeshifters. वो marriage था ही नहीं. Since you go on talking about being intelligence, how come you don't have this basic intelligence? And when I say basic, I mean ground, preschool level of intelligence. I'm not calling you my friend, you're not my friend. So anyway, I don't know what this is. Something to do with someone, either RIL went and labeled SRL as porn or SRL from America. Shapeshifting as EM. Either put them on a porn site. I told you, हाँ हर चीज़ जो bathroom के अंदर है, they celebrate Eid on the back of it. I told you this before. They have a way of doing this. पॉटी कौन सा भी कलर का हो, कौन सा भी मेटल का हो, कोई कौन सा भी मटेरियल है, स्टाइल एक ही है. That's why it went open defecation. It was said by SK. पर वो असली नहीं है, वो शेप शिफ्टर उसके लिए है. They got a sick sense of humor. They also have no conscience. Guilty conscience तो है ही नहीं. I had told you this before also. ये शायद डार्क वेब पे है. But I just say, well, the first vagina you ever saw was your mother's when you came out of it. The first breast you grabbed onto and sucked on is the milk from your mother only. So when you are sitting disregarding other ladies in their homes, whether rich or poor, and calling it open defecation, the cheap manner in which you do things, तो तेरे खुद के जो माँ बहन है, ग्रैंड मदर, ग्रैंड डॉटर, सिस्टर, उसी को तो इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं. Finally it comes down to that. What else does it come to? Surely you're not that ape class in the jungles जहाँ पे you got a different breed happening in your homes. Shirdi Sai Baba, whatever I am getting in this read along with Shani, please take cognizance of it and address it. Whichever way you know the truth connected with the situation is. Whoever the miscreant is, whoever be the miscreant, whatever be the outcomes. Na, but ab time ho gaya hai. They celebrate lots of things with all this. Label le, real le. Real is the actual thing. उस पर वॉइस ओवर्स, लेबलिंग, फेस रिकग्निशन, फास्टैग, ये फास्टैग ही है, बहुत कुछ है. So we've moved on from our own. Now let's go to the next one. So I'm guessing this could be Nirmal Sia. I would say this is Nirmal Sia Raman. Actually, if you think about it, you will see in this is Nirmala, Sita is, the T is missing, and Raman is R-A-M-A-N, R-A-M, it should be A-N, but here we got R-A-M-O-N. What do they want to say? I don't think we'll get much about her. It's her peers, who she works with. Maybe she knows a man called Ron, I'm not sure. Then there is somebody in the BSc, NSc, Nirmal. He comes on TV also to give some talks on, I think, the NSc, BSc. So NSc, BSc also has the bell B, S, E. This is to do with finances. Nirmala Sitharaman also is finance minister. I don't think we'll get something bad on her. She has to be very careful because I believe she is designed for being the scapegoat to take the fall when these guys vamush like rats. Nikhil Advani also is alive because of Nixie Nikhil will do all the bad work. Nikhil Advani will take the fall. Jaya Advani is alive because of, however, that passport was stolen, and then whatever has been done in the name of Jaya and Varsha. Varsha whispered to be my mom. So they've kept some people alive. When you can in broad daylight exchange people, you've been doing this with the who's who, wherever you wanted to do. Then we are too small. Why you didn't do with us? Because we are here so that we take the fall according to your plans, while you are egoistically preening at yourself how clever you are and how you will never get caught. Right? And women are stupid is what you have said. My father का चेहरा पहन के तुमने women को derogatory तरीके से हमेशा बुलाया है. Women are highly unintelligent and stupid. But if my original father was of that kind, then why would his sister do her LLB after doing her BA? Why would he copy from her? Why would he ensure that he does everything to send his preschool daughter, that's me, for tuitions to Mrs. Menda so I can get extra coaching so I can sit for the cathedral school exam, which he is very disappointed I don't make it to? Why is it that he and my grandmother will keep collecting stuff and he's very happy he's got 2 daughters, he doesn't care he didn't have a son? Why is he most fondly remembered in those days itself by his 2 younger sisters, whether it is Kailash or it is Koshi? He's strict, he's got a temper, he's disciplined for the right things, but they don't see him as somebody who is derogatory towards women. When he buys his property, why does he buy it in his mother's name? If he thinks women is so stupid. Women are so stupid. This, whatever I read, sucks out my energy. Just dealing with this vampire crowd called the lobby. Energy vampires. If it is something that goes into the brain, it sends out a green light. You know how to track it. Maybe Rosie, some relative, is shape-shifting for Nirmala Sitaraman, or she is friends with her, the woman touch. Rosie has lied so that she can help the BJP gather a vote bank from the slums. Every time you have an election, you have to make a show of homes like mine. For what? Doing business in this place, giving these people employment. So when you start a beggary business also, nobody will give you 1 coin, not even 1 paisa. You have to answer for everything, nothing is for free. You don't like your birth, you don't like the place you had to live at. I don't like your behavior with my setup, the manner in which you have done it, and the way you have gone ahead in life. You dare to ask for respect? I want to see from the council, in the lit realms, and Yamma, when he comes to get you, how he treats you. The worst slums on earth is a king's paradise. Now compared to where you people will go based on your earnings. That is my oath to you as a witness. And that who has dealt with you with great patience, observing you, but not retaliating, not doing anything to you. And whatever we've done, I don't think was ever harmful. It cannot be counted as bad karma. Neither did we stab you in the back, nor did we purposely create problems at your home for you, nor did we lie to you or about you. Paid your paychecks. It is you who comes late to work. I never kept an eye on Jaitley's house or any other BJP member's home, but your people kept an eye on our home. We never defamed you. You did your job on the streets and beyond. Self-serving yourself that not even this read calls you a BJP. It calls you a Bharatiya Party. जनता तो जाए भाड़ में. I am not your peer, my name is not here, but your peers are written over here nicely and holding each other. Yes, Mr. Jaitley, mastermind of everything. Don't play sounds under my body, Ramesh. Want to see? Ramesh, Aaron, poor be ill, IB. So IB will come to know about how to gene edit, artificial intelligence, what's happening around the world, spy tactics, reels and reels and reels, but lying. I work for the politics or you do? (1996, 1997). You'll leer and smear at me and sneer at me. Sneer also is over here. SNEER. So what were you doing all these years? For 45 years, what the fuck were you doing? Playing a filthy game. Whatever it takes. Once you got what you want, the SRL style, you show your true colors. I'll show you my true colors from the Brahmand. Your time is not getting over anytime soon. It's a very long ride. Well earned by you. At the shittiest realm of the universe, where the worstest slums on earth is a king's paradise, compared to now what you've earned with every right to live at, as a bloody fucking filthy network amongst you and your bloody peers. Alright? Read it whichever way you want to read it. तो पॉर्न जो है, इट्स अ नेचुरल थिंग दैट मेन लुक एट. Your useless D-grade movies and C-grade movies are the cheap Indian porn that your huntsmen are watching. अब उसको एक रियलिटी शो भांजोद ने बना दिया है. किसी के भी बाथरूम में घुस के माँ बाप बहन भाई तो कोई है ही नहीं. और पेंट हाउस एंड प्ले बॉय इज porn that boys probably get off on. I don't know. It's a natural thing. They're all inquisitive minds. They're growing up. That's their problem, is their private life. I don't see why it needs to be an IB issue or a real issue. The IB has to be concerned actually about what? Are bathrooms being watched and what is happening now? उसका आंसर कहाँ पे है? RIL, where's the answer for it? I don't know what you are doing, but anyway, you got lots of problems in the future. All the best to you. I don't care. You got to do your own thing. I couldn't care less. Yes, the name Ramesh, the word R only is that it is a Libra only. Libra moon, Libra ascendant, ऐसे कुछ होगा. र जो होता है और लिब्रा ही होता है. फिर रागा. Okay, Libra Ramesh is porn eel, whatever that is. According to my understanding, your Mr. Aaron has shape-shifted for Ramesh as well as Suresh maybe somewhere, as well as Mr. JAYA.ADVANI at some point in time. But he would have been somebody who is kind of snobbish, with a bad attitude, leers, sneers, very poor quality. Also he is fair in the face. पतला है, बहुत पतला है. जब अरुण जेटली बनता है तो उसको मोटा बॉडी सूट पहनना पड़ता है, लेकिन एक्चुअली पतला है. He needs to shape shift in and out of many places. पैसों का मामला है. What did you say? You want to say something? When you have the ER, IAS, IPS, ER, IAS, IPS, RIL, lobby, BSc, Bell, for what kind of a society you are, in the name of spirituality, the way you package yourself. Porn to Playboy and Penthouse to voluntarily they are doing that job. It costs big bucks to buy those magazines. It gives someone business. तू फ्री में क्या लेता है? And you're going to be what? An upholder of ethics in society? Says who? This is my private space. I haven't opened a whorehouse. लेकिन तू for sure एक brothel का कोई हिस्सा for sure है. Pimp? क्या है तू? What are you? Specifically at an atmic level. What are you? How can you be classified? How should you be profiled and classified for future journey at the spirit realm? You answer it. The council in the lit realm, benchmarking you, your deeds, your thoughts, outcomes, actions, foul play, hypocrisy, double talk, has already profiled you and classified you. But are you aware of it? That lit realm के जो council है वो शिरडी साई बाबा के peers है. All the best to you. Maybe it's got to do with the law bar in some way. I don't know. Because that's the only bar. Or maybe it is to do with the bars, dance bars. No idea. Okay, so I think I've had enough of these people. We have the other name, I'll just say there is SM Rishna, for the real Krishna. I say his coming to Bombay only was a problem. Whatever had to happen with the original, they did, I feel, bringing him to Bombay. His daughter looks really quizzical in 2005. She's not sure whether she's coming or going. The rest of everybody in that photo looks like they know exactly what they're doing. They were the shapeshifters. She, according to me, was the only one. Not sure. And that happened at God's Gift, RMV. That dinner was there. It was 2005. The only one looking highly uncomfortable and not sure of things, or then unhappy. There is huge amount of foul play according to me. At that time, Mr. S.M. Krishna was still with Congress. He shifted only in 2013. He's never done it in his entire career. Not ever. No matter whether they win over here or not, Bangalore mostly, I think BJP, Karnataka, mostly they win. But he never ever shifted. Here also you'll see lots of upside down. Actually, it's pretty upsetting. You know, when we see these kind of things, this is why then afterwards the next day we need to take a breather, because this is such, the energy only is one that I don't know if they robbed him in some way. The original, they robbed his poor. If we say role, well, someone played his role. I'm pretty sure he's got a shapeshifter for him with the idea of robbing. It's just the way Bombay is structured, it just makes things a little easier. We got water on all sides. We got a huge network at the bottom of the pyramid, promised so much. The mafia and the criminal syndicates to started out of Bombay only before the 70s. Life is tough in Bombay, it is expensive also. On one hand you have Antalya, the other one you have the slums 5 minutes away. Shameless, shameless, shameless. You buy people and their loyalty for serving yourself. You don't do charity. You primarily add, I think, a wedge wider and wider and a chasm wider and wider. For now you are winning, but just wait for the anti-god to thwack you once and for all. You won't know whether you're coming or going. You're going to be bringing your anti-god here only to eat you up alive. वो SRL ही है जिसके साथ तू स्टारलिंक का डील कर रहा है, वो तुमको ही खाने आ रहा है. It's really a joke. Actually ये strange circus है. Good. So anyway, SM Rishna, Roll Rob IP Eel. Here also there is shape shifting and posing. So wherever you see how to siphon money, how to create loans, not to pay it back, but siphon that money, you must have an understanding of finance, law, a network on the streets to cover up for you, a place to park your money. Journalists to do the PR as you wish it. Everybody is a pawn on that chessboard. Puppeteer is actually anti-India. For that you need to bring his ego in and put it on various Modis. Right now all of them are wearing Modi's ego, who's very pro-India. लेकिन मोदी, नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी खुद है ही नहीं, मर चुका है, नहीं है. जो RSS से गया था शादी करके, after 3-4 days or I don't know how long, he decided to say bye-bye to his marriage and to spend his time either serving the country or then to do spiritual pursuits, which he did. He's pro-India, but he's no more in the body. But his ego and his reputation has been used to connect to places in India where otherwise they were not able to break through to. Then when that ego needs to be switched into something that is globally acceptable for global talks, yes, your Mr. Arun Jaitley is brought in. He is not pro-India. SRL is not pro-India. SPC is not pro-India. A friend is not pro-India. They are a consortium amongst themselves. Raga is part of this group. It is godly versus anti-god. So they follow the rules of the anti-god, not God. Now I myself have watched those porn magazines. It's lying around, stash hai, to dekho na. I also am a normal human being. I got a curious mind. But as a baby, then the thing is, when we watch it and it is so easily available, so what I can do with it? Up to a point, okay, but beyond it, it becomes boring. Same thing, what you're going to see. There's nothing in it. I've also had my first cigarette when I was 11, 12 years old. And then could have smoked some. I've also had little drinks here and there. But then I don't like it. In my case, God has been kind. There are lots of things that ultimately, if it becomes an addiction and it's a bad vice to have, not because of the public and what they think. It's bad for our own journey. It's not going to help us in any way. But that's an understanding that dawns upon us on our own. It's not helping us in any way. It's not doing anything great for us. Right? So I'm not holier than thou. I'm not talking from the point of view of godly as in being a nun, or then anti-god being somebody who follows these things. No, I'm talking about anti-god from the point of view, and I'm not the anti-god. I'm talking about it from a very balanced point of view of finally how you affect other people. More than other people, how you affect your own soul journey is what I'm actually trying to address. The dance drama on the back of it. How much problems you have created for people, because there are people you have called them mentally unsound. Some of them you may have given them electric shocks also, because there's a time somebody has come onto the phone when I was staying in 1401 Suman Towers, and on the phone I'm talking to my mom, but my mom was already been pulled off the grid. So there's a shapeshifter, or there's someone who's intercepting the call. With my mom's voice, what am I told? They'll just come to your house, they'll enter it, pick you up and take you to a institution and give you mental shocks for the brain. This is what I was told. Parallelly, the boy from IOL has called and said, I have friends in the lane, how are you doing, where are you staying? I'm staying at Suman Towers in the suburbs now. Uska naam Vijay Bala hai. Vijay Bala is the same one who made one call when I've gone to Goa. So he was tracking me from Indian online broadband deals. Then he's one of the names that has been called out by the pendulum for connections to things that are not very good. On Indian online broadband के जो directors हैं वो कोई BJP members ही है. So if you want to keep all this, keep it in your house. Why go to citizens' homes and mess in our homes? You're here to serve the public, or you're here to eat up the public, or misuse the public's individual identity. I don't work for you because I don't have a contract from you. If you, when we are minors, have reared or entered into my home, given me a bad name, Jaitley says he can go where he wants, sell what he wants, grab what he wants. Who's Jadorja of yours? They are also IB. Merchant also is IB. Who are they? United Brewery is IB. Videocon is IB. When you are misusing the law, placing clones over there, then making your own stories on the street, leaving the minors behind, getting rid of the adults, then you become what? The guardian, and we become your ward. Says who? So you've played a filthy game. Greed is the name. Don't give me your bullshit. Ramas for Jaitley through Divya Bhargava, Varsha's friend classmate. That's the click. हमारा ही पासपोर्ट मिला क्या चोरी करने के लिए? When I have gone to Australia, that also 2 times over. हमारा आइडेंटिटी पे तुमको मिला क्या? Elon का camp. On your own name, why you couldn't win it? Your own identity, why you couldn't win it? You have killed lots of people in the name of nation building, but you are a very ugly soul. Not sure what this is. SM Risna Roll Rob IP Peel. Okay, not sure. यहाँ पे बोली भी है. You know what बोली is? When we go to Fashion Street to make the payment, वो बोलता है बोली जो होता है, the salary payment जो होता है, it's how to finalize a deal, not boni, बोली. So he must have known about the real something. He has tried to get rid of it in some way, I feel. He's aware of things. He's aware of something. Who is real is not, it is saying. In what connection, it's not saying. It can be anybody is real and it can be in any connection. I say let's go public. उसी में चोर पकड़ा जाएगा. So far the chor has been getting ahead because he feels no one's going to call him out on it. He's too busy preening at himself, thinking he's very clever, individually breaking up families and people and then targeting them individually. Also, he's been shape-shifting in and out of places. He's got a set group of workers like him. How should we catch him? Devise a very, very clever plan. The forensics connected with international intelligence should work. For DNA, genealogy, also hunting for who's holding this SATA drive of egos, the variables, and playing around with it. वहाँ पे NDM का जो ego है vis-a-vis Jaitley's ego. Switch it around and you will come to know who's who. Also, Hundalani is shape-shifting for Mr. NDM who's dead. How? जमनू जो है हुंदलानी का एक ब्रदर, उसके 3 बेटियां हैं मलबा हिल पे. वो उसको कैसे बुलाता है? हाउ डज ही कॉल हिज डॉटर्स? प्लेइंग द बेल ओनली, और ही डज समथिंग लाइक दिस. I don't know, Varsha told me something about playing some bell and calling his daughters. So they're in the parliament. From the location of the bad PFI. You're going to take the country forward. And you have sent your people to America and to Russia. And so you are going to become a global superpower. SRL leaves behind a trail of everybody he has first chadao them on a banyan tree or channa ka jhad. He uses them properly. Now when he comes to India, he'll eat up. Ambani will be out. SRL will be in. One of his people only will take over. Don't underestimate him. Bolu, everybody is a piggy bank. waiting to be broken. जैसे जैसे पैसा चाहिए, you are a nobody. So Arun, Nirmala Sita, Shia Raman, SM Risna, is there anybody else? नमो का नाम था. नमो रेज द बोली. यहाँ भी बड़ा बार्गेनिंग हो रहा था. They are like criminals. कितने में, how much, maybe it is the signing contract amount, don't know. If you leave that party and join here, I'll give you so much, maybe that. But it's got to do with the reel. इसका जो recording है जा चुका है. She's a very key component connected with BJP. Her role in it. Rosie BP or PP, maybe she's hanging around over here somewhere, I don't know. Real EM Air, but he's not the real EM, he's SLR actually. Worstest of the worstest. Worstest of the worstest. Worstest of the worstest. He's been, anyway, I don't want to say anything. You do whatever you have to do. To me, it makes no difference. This is a nobody in my life. She's an ex-employee. Her mother also is an ex-employee. This is filth. This filth shakes hands with Ramas. Ramas is actually Arun Jaitley. Screwing around. One eye on Forge Haswell and all our connections. Starting my 8th standard itself. That is 87 sometime. I've been in Forge Haswell from infancy. Who are you? 73 onwards. But who are you? You didn't understand things properly. It's good. That's your biggest failing. And frankly, it's like a clown and a joker. लॉ का इतना पढ़ा है, जर्नलिज्म का इतना किया है, लेकिन स्पिरिचुअल लॉज कुछ आता नहीं है और वहीं पे मार खाएगा. Doesn't matter. अब ये माइनर के घर एंटर करे, रियर डो एंट्री. व्हाट कैन द माइनर्स डू? बट बिकॉज थिंग्स आर इन द माइनर्स, वॉट इन द माइनर्स नेम, ये बेनाम बेनाम तो होगा बड़ा बेनाम. स्पिरिट वर्ल्ड में यू आर नोन टू बी द बिगेस्ट बेनाम. दैट्स व्हाई यू गोइंग टू नर्क, तेरे कारनामों के कारण. I decide what's appropriate for me. I said, you're a nobody. You stink as an energy. After we do something, we don't really spend our time wasting. We find it difficult actually to get back to a reading. Rosie SRL Ale at India, there's a reel for it, connected with the Bharatiya Party. Before she passes away, she should tell the truth of what, where all she has said, what she has said, why she has said it. Otherwise, she's going to have lots of problems when she gets out of here. Once she goes. Yeah, one more ad. क्या है? IPS, IAS, NIA, ER, connected with no jhanta, just Bharatiya Party, with very nice things. I don't wait you. I think you need to have a talk with some psychiatrist or then with a mental health specialist for however you have expended your place. I am not actually qualified for it right now, but from the spirit realm I am qualified to sign off whatever is necessary in the future. You better read everything so that you don't get a shock where it matters. Rosie Liar, NIA realm, either Bharatiya Party or then PPB or Palm Beach. But this is INR with lots of lies involved. हाँ, ये तो पाम बीच ही है. पाम बीच. यहाँ पे थोड़ा टाइम जो है, frankly telling you, you will go 1-2 steps ahead. I have already said, because it is a download that has come from a place I don't even know from where, 2017. The worstest slums on earth is a king's paradise. Now compared to whoever the miscreants are, going forward, whatever it is and wherever it is, they're going to settle down for a very long time to come. तो बोले 2 स्टेप आगे लो, लेकिन घटिया कर्म ऐसे करके कि 100,000 करोड़ स्टेप्स बिहाइंड लेके जाता है आत्मा को. यहाँ पे आते हैं हॉलिडे के लिए, यहाँ से निकल के जाते हैं बॉडी को छोड़ के. ना हमारा जो बोन्स है, हड्डी, ना वो हमारे साथ जाएगा, नो दी ऐश. आत्मा तो है हवा, ब्रेथ मिक्स्ड इन एयर, and the bones to dust into the earth. But we are still alive somewhere in the universe. तो वो हमारा घर अच्छा है, then good. कमाई है ही नहीं अच्छे घर पे जाके रहने के लिए, तो इट्स नॉट गुड. So whatever came out of my mouth 2017 on the back of people who think they're too smart, whether at the bloody bottom of the pyramid or still more lower than the bottom of the pyramid or the pinnacle top of the pyramid. The holiday is a short one over here, even if it is 150, 200, 300, 500 years. एक ना एक दिन वापस जाना है तेरे घर पे, तू जाएगा. But then if that is what was addressed, that the worstest slums on earth today is a king's paradise compared to what you have earned atmically or going forward. But it's not a nice earning. I am nobody in the case. I am a simple citizen. I don't hobnob with the politicians. I don't know the lobby. I don't know the stars. I don't know the shapeshifters. If they have played filthy, shape-shifting in and out of Forge as well, that also from the opposition party, because Congress has been given a clean chit time and time again. It is only Raga who gets caught each and every time. So फिर as a minor, how you can hold it against me? You played the filthy game. I have never called myself a ward. You have. I never called you a guardian. You did. So how you can place your shit on me? वो string pulling तुमने ही किया है, हमने थोड़ा ना किया है. After all, SRL in his 5 months shitty marriage with me talks about loving the game of chess. He says he is a fair weather friend. Today, if he has something to take from you, he will take it. Tomorrow, he doesn't need you, he kicks you on your backside. He's very good at licking ass. Only up to the time it serves him. The minute he got his divorce, prior to that 40 minutes, he's like your best friend. The minute the divorce comes, he doesn't even say bye. He leaves with the lawyer he's brought. NL Law, his friend only. Ritu's friend. Ritu and Ramas are friends with SRL's father, Mr. What's your name? Rajan Naren Likraj. रंका पाक में रहता है, रंका लंका है. ये कितना टाइम हमको मिला है? कौन सा लंका, कैसे लंका, क्यों लंका? You as a father have gone on record saying your son is wrong, but he's your son, so you have to close your eyes. No normal parent, decent parent does that. They are more worried about their own ancestry. ये लड़का कुछ ऊपर नीचे करे तो ancestors को आगे जाके descendants बन के झेलना पड़ेगा. After all, in your Catholic way, you have said what? Sins of the father have to be paid by the children. तेरे sins को कौन धोएगा? That time will tell you what is what. I don't know if there is a rhino over here involved. The rhino will recognize the rhino's self. Don't know if we're supposed to think about any kind of balm. Is there any balm? Either Bharatiya Party's balm or PB's balm, not sure. We're 12:31 as of now, but we'll continue this read. I would like to ask the pendulum actually. Evening time, the pendulum doesn't want to answer. It happened earlier also. Evening time, it is possible to send atmas that lie because they come from the lower realms. Daytime they cannot come up, so there are less chances of bad atmas lying. They can't take the light. So she has told me not to do the pendulum in the night time and to do only in the daytime. Okay, so I'll do this pendulum work here. I'm assuming everything we get now will tell the truth. Let's keep the world here in the middle, center point of everything. Are you with me as of now? Are you with me as of now? Are you willing to do a pendulum session? Is it true you have told me not to do the pendulum in the evening time after sundown? Is it because somebody is activating, let's just say, lower realm spirits who come out after sundown? Is that the reason? And it confuses the topic. They can lie or move the pendulum forcefully in another way. Can they do it during the daytime? Can they do it during the daytime? They fall during the daytime. If they do, they find it difficult to take the light. Okay, I wanted to understand from you today, though everything had to do with, is ARON talking about Arun Jaitley? Is it the same Arun Jaitley from the BJP? Divya Bhargava's mother's muh bola bhai from Delhi days? Arun Jaitley is a victim? Arun Jaitley is Divya Bhargava's mother's muh bola bhai? Has he shapeshifted for Ramesh Chacha ever? Is that Arun Jaitley with his own God-given birth? Is he in his human form today? That Arun Jaitley is now shapeshifting for Narendra Damodar Das Modi? Arun Jaitley is with his own ego pro-India? Narendra Damodar Das Modi's ego is being worn by all the shapeshifters who are front facing as Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Narendra Damodar Das Modi is in his human form. Is he still in his physical human form? Would you say he follows Hinduism a little too much? Or he, knows the spiritual laws and the Hindu spiritual laws and he follows it pretty closely? Narendra Damodar Das Modi is pro-India. Let me again ask you, Arun Jaitley is in his physical human form as he was born out of his mother's womb. The man who studied journalism as well as law, he's good at both things. Is he in his physical form still? Does the public know that he's alive? The general public knows he's alive? Arun Jaitley actually has passed on for the public, died from his physical body according to the public. Arun Jaitley is pro-India. Arun Jaitley, when he has shapeshifted for I-Advani's younger brother called Ramesh Advani, you say he shapeshifted, he has come to Jaswal pretending to be Mr. Ramesh Advani from the 1970s. Ramesh Advani from the 1970s, Papa's younger brother, Nikhil Advani's father, and Arun Jaitley are the same person? The man who worked in Madhura Court's Papa's younger brother, Nikhil Advani's father, and Arun Jaitley are the same person? Papa's brother, who is Mr. Ramesh Advani, Nikhil Advani's father, and son-in-law of Nirmala and Parsaram Mirchandani, when he exits out of the body and goes away, or if he already has, when he goes away to the afterlife, does he go to a good realm in the upper loka? This is atmically, does he move to an okay realm? Arun Jaitley, when he leaves his body and goes away to the afterlife, does he go to the upper loka and to a good realm? Okay, in this consortium of Arun Jaitley, sometimes who has come to Forge Jaswal as Ramesh Advani, yes? That way he got access to United Breweries and Kingfisher. Mala's father's house also. It is he who did the Reiki of merchant household and something to do with the suburbs. He is involved in grabbing assets and legally screwing around with things from the rear. Is he RIL's friend? Did he screw RIL over too without anyone's knowledge in some way? At least the start of it? Will he do so going forward? He is connected to SRL, who is shaped. Okay, first let me say, is he and SRL, do they work as a team? So Piggy Chops and Piggy Chops' friend Zinta abroad, they all work as a consortium together. SRL has CRISPR'd himself to become Elon Musk. Is that true? Kira has CRISPR'd himself to be Trump. Cyrus Mistry also has CRISPR'd himself to be something. Living in America. So RIL, Cyrus Mistry, SRL are friends along with Jaitley. Played the Hindutva game in India so that they can win it at any cost. Yet you say Cyrus Mistry is a victim? Cyrus Mistry is a villain? Either a love affair makes him a victim or he's blackmailed. How does he become a victim? Blackmail? Love affair? Your Piggy Chops abroad. Victim? Piggy Chops is a villain abroad? Her friend Zinta is a victim? SRL is a victim? SRL is in charge of all the operations and he is quite an ugly villain. Between Kira, SRL and Cyrus Mistry, they shapeshift for the Trump camp as well as for Elon Musk's camp. Getting in and out of people's bedrooms, Cyrus Mistry was doing even during your time and your marriage. He did so in my marriage too. He's Anand Khandelwal. Did Cyrus Mistry shapeshift as Anand Khandelwal? Anand Khandelwal, at least whatever I met him, he's very serious and he's more brotherly. At least when it comes to, I don't know, at least my interaction, I didn't get a bad sense from him. So is Anand Khandelwal and Cyrus Mistry, when they are shape shifting, is it the same person? Cyrus Mistry has a dimple when he is SRL. Is he a more fun personality who everything is a joke? Everything taken in a very light manner, everything's a joke? Okay, I needed just to understand this. This is where the overlap is. But today Cyrus Mistry is a victim. He got caught in his own fooling and games. And got stuck amongst the politicians and the lobby. Everyone self-serving. One bigger snake than the other. It's like they all hold a sword over each other's heads. Who will slip first and who will get the sword on their head first? Something of that is the situation amongst them. Okay. Now, when it comes to Rosie, Rosie is a liar used by the politicians to serve some vote bank end of theirs in some way. Rosie is Anita. Is she my birth mother? Is she your birth mother? We're asking Rosie, is Anita your birth mother? Or my birth mother? Rosie is your relative, my relative? Rosie can be classified as an employee for Papa. Her mom also an employee at our home. You recognize your mother as Anu? You recognize your mother as ex Mrs. Anita Advani? You recognize my mother as ex Mrs. Anita Advani? You recognize your mother and my mother as Anita Merchant, who legally got married to Kiran Merchant in the 80s. You recognize Rosie as the secretary for Mr. Kani Advani, whose wife is ex Anita Advani. Rosie was run by Jaitley indirectly, or his party. On the back of which they got something. Let's just say on her saying something, they got something to do with the vote bank at the bottom of the pyramid. What about S.M. Krishna, Shambhav E's father? He's in his physical form, birth form. He's got his own ego. He is a victim. He is a villain. S.M. Krishna, you classify as a villain. Anyway, will he be in the clear going forward? Do you see him actually being in the clear going forward? What about Nirmala Sitaraman? Is she mentioned in my throw as Nirmal Siya Ramon or Ramen? Is she the scapegoat in the planning of the anti god who you say is Jetli? SRL Uni is his worker abroad. The setting he wants to do is Jetli's mind. Nirmala Sitaraman has been kept on the board to be puppeteered to become the scapegoat to take the fall in their great grand plan of East going forward. That's her role. Is she a victim in your books? Nirmala Sitaraman is a victim. Nirmala Sitaraman is a villain. Nirmala Sitaraman is neither a victim nor a villain, but she's a pawn on the chessboard, just a commodity. Indifferent but to be used. That's why it is sold Sita, sold Gita. Same with your Gita Hundalani. Pawns on a chessboard placed over there to be used when it is required and knocked off as and when. What about Aaron? We finished. SM Risna we finished. EM, the original Pretoria boy who grew up in Pretoria, Mr. Elon Musk, brother of Kimball Musk and Tosca Musk. He grew up in Pretoria. He's in his physical form. Is the real May Musk and Errol Musk's son? Elon Musk in his physical form? There can only be two things. One, he's an adopted child. Is he an adopted child? Somebody else's DNA? So, whoever grew up at Pretoria, the Elon Musk, is he in his physical body as of today? He is just a brand name used by whoever it is who wears the ego. So, this thing of wearing egos of other people connected with artificial intelligence, do you see it being the long term way of doing things on earth going forward? Is that the setting for everything, changing egos, switching it around on people? Everything becoming very technology driven. Do you see that as the way forward going forward? Is earth going to actually change that way going forward? In the time to come, once I leave my body, will I have to return to this place in those days when earth is going to be driven in this manner, and DNA, whatever it is, however it happens, you see me having to return to Earth in the future, being part of this rigmarole? Will you be returning here too? No, will it be our ETs left behind? To be part of whatever transpires on Earth. But will our Atma, once it leaves from here, will our Atma be returning over here? As a soul, will we be reincarnating on Earth in the future? To be part of whatever these people have put in place? Once we leave from here, will we be returning to this plane? It is our ETs or our ego, conscience that is taken during this one birth of ours, that will be playing itself going forward. Everything highly artificial and highly manipulated, and let's say most of it stolen. Stale conscience for most part of it. That's going to be replicating itself on Earth going forward. That's the only way it's going to stay. We as Atmas need to be here in that mess. We as Atmas will be reincarnating in some form or the other over here. Alright, so this thing is going to become genuinely very artificial. We as Atmas don't need to return. All this that has happened is sending Atmas back to their spirit form. What will play is something largely to do with stolen conscience. That stolen conscience will be stale conscience. The reincarnation of Atmas back on Earth is highly questionable. What kind of Atmas will reincarnate, possibly from the lower realms? Is it true that the Atmas that will be reincarnating on Earth is from the lower realms going forward? On Earth? You're saying Atmas who go away to the lower realms also will not be able to reincarnate on Earth? Is that what you're trying to say? So what I tell them, that you all will be under lock and key. Once you go to your true home, if it is Patal, if it is Rasatal, if it is Nark, once you are there, fursat say you need to pay off your karmic debts. But you will not be given a form to come back on Earth. These doors are shut on you. So that's how it works out going forward for that lot. Do I join that lot in Atala, Vitala, all the way to Patala, Nark? The ones who have messed around, like SRL, his peers, then those who used him, used his services, they handheld each other. They involved some people from the ERs also, the departments of the ER also, just depends who did what. They get magnetized to the lower realms because that's their earnings according to the deeds done. RIL too. Okay, I think I'm getting the full picture. Okay. I'm somebody's helper. Ma'am, helper. Ma'am, helper. I help anyone. I live over here as a private citizen. I go looking at other people's homes, and actually that's against the universal laws. Do I go looking at other people's homes and messing around with their setup, playing ETs, one part of a bit, another part of a bite to mess up everything? I get in the way of people's work. I keep people on a back foot on purpose. I lie, I steal, I cheat, I manipulate, I'm hypocritical. I go into other people's marriages, weirdo entry. I shapeshift. Everything's a joke when it comes to me. I find everything funny. I try and follow the universal law rules as much as possible. May not be always to the T, but as much as possible. I am more serious minded. I wish well for most people, more so the long term. Okay, so I'm going to close this session over here, at least on the camera. I will speak to you off camera because I need to understand something from you during broad daylight. You've confused me a little on my own personal journey. So I'll just give me a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this session. Over here it's been a long session. Okay, it's 13:03. It's lunchtime also, 1 in the afternoon. So I will close the session now. It is Thursday, the 1st of May 2025. Right? So it's good we close this here. And I don't think I will come back to this in the evening. Probably tomorrow, in case I have to continue. There's something to do with arms and all. I think I'll still have to do. There's still, I think, 2-3 sessions are still on the back of this. So I'll come back to this tomorrow. Okay.